Colorado firefighters are working to protect the small town of Meeker from wildfires. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. The Lee and Elk Fires are burning on both sides of Meeker in Rio Blanco County in western Colorado. To give you a better idea, here's a map for you. Meeker is home to about 2,400 people, which are under pre-evacuation notice. You can see the Lee and Elk Fires burning on either side of the town. The bigger one, the Lee Fire, is to the left, being fueled by hot and dry conditions.
We are waiting to get updated numbers on the size of the fires this afternoon. We know they've grown. The last estimate had the combined size at 60,000 acres, about 94 square miles. The Red Cross has set up 2 shelters for evacuees. Some, though, are choosing to stay behind with the hopes that the winds hold off from spreading that fires further. 9 News weather impact meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen joins us from Meeker. And Corey, you spoke to someone that is staying back, choosing to stay.
Yeah, you know, there's probably about half the town that decided to evacuate when that fire made the big run yesterday, and about the other half are kind of hanging on to some hope that this fire will be able to be kept out of town. You know, after kind of a very quiet and calm night, this fire has been reactivated in the heat of the afternoon, and the gusty winds, we're starting to pick up a few 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts that have been measured right here in Meeker, but up there on the fire line, it's likely a few miles per hour stronger because of the differences in the more extreme differences in the temperature and the air pressure up there. But once we get down here, in Meeker, things still appear to be relatively calm right where we are. But the most active spots on this fire are to the south and to the west. Now, we were just down this road right here, Highway 64, at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, about 15 miles to the west of Meeker, when we actually saw the Lee Fire come up over a ridge, and it looked like it was going to make a major run towards the highway. The U.S. Forest Service guy that was there, he told us, you need to get out of here right now. So we went back to Meeker, where it is actually safe. They said they were going to try to close this road down, but maybe that fire did not make a run down that ridge, because we're seeing people freely come and go from Highway 64 at this moment. Now, as far as the actual town of Meeker, we were down in the town several times today, and it's just about 2 miles from where I am right now, and it was kind of business as usual. There are gas stations open, there's stores open, people kind of milling around trying to get things that they would normally get done on a normal day, and perhaps some of them were trying to make preparations to evacuate should they put a mandatory evacuation order on the actual town. But, you know, having a wildfire at your doorstep, really having 2 wildfires surrounding the town on both sides, has created some chaotic moments here in Meeker. But the residents here are also saying that they saw this coming really for about 8 months.
Dry, hot and dry. Yeah. You know, we had some rain and stuff early this spring, but we didn't have a winter. I don't think we got 8 inches of snow at any given time.
Is that pretty unusual?
Yeah. Generally we have, you know, several deep snows.
So what we have been seeing over the last several weeks here is high evaporation rates under very extreme heat and a lot of direct sunlight that's pulling the moisture out of the vegetation. This fire is consuming fuels like juniper and pinyon pine and sagebrush, so it dries out much faster than a large lodgepole pine would do in a conifer forest, like some of the fires that we've seen on the Front Range. So this fire is really active and moving around in different fashions. So it's been a very active and kind of aggressive behavior, and we are expecting that again today. Yesterday it was between 1 and 6 p.m. where we saw the winds direct this fire, and that is what we're seeing once again. So we're going to be continuing to report on this through that 6 o'clock hour. Once the sun goes down tonight, that is when things are expected to calm down here once again. But reporting live here in Meeker, I'm meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen with the 9 News Weather Impact Team.